Hello, everyone. My name is Yoko Shimizu. I'm a contemporary artist and a biochemist. In my lab, we integrate art and science and create various installations using natural and scientific phenomena. You might think art and science, what do they have to do with each other? But to me, art and science are very similar in that they're both extremely creative fields that explore new ideas and break boundaries. In my university lab, I studied biology and chemistry, and I was fascinated by all the scientific principles and the beautiful forms and shapes of nature, and thought, wow, how cool would it be to use all of this to create art? The timeless laws of nature that existed and that will continue to exist before and after our time. But many of these scientific principles and natural phenomena cannot be seen. So the key is to visualize the invisible. By visualization, we can experience all of these beautiful things as art. So today I brought a couple of parts that I use for my installations. They're produced in large volumes to create large-scale installations depending on the size of the exhibition hall. So let's take a look at this one. This one is called Defying Gravity. This is a chandelier of test tubes hanging upside down with water inside without a lid. The water stays in place without pouring with the help of surface tension and atmospheric pressure of the air. So let's try with this test tube. You first put water inside. So today I put a little bit of ink in the water so that you can see from the distance. You put water inside, and then you flip it, and the water stays in place. And once it's balanced, it stays in place until it evaporates and becomes empty. And in the exhibition halls, I usually hang them up in the ceiling, and you can actually look up into the surface of the water, which is a very interesting view that you don't get to see every day. So the second one in the middle is called the soap bubble geometry. When you think of bubbles, you think of a sphere. And the reason why it becomes a sphere is because it is the smallest surface area. But what would happen if we use geometric shapes to create bubbles? So let's try with this shape. This one is a tetrahedron. You dip this in the soap water, and you get sharp triangles towards the center, which is very pretty. With the sunlight, you can see the rainbow colors. And then you pop a little bit of air inside. And you get a miniature tetrahedron inside. And this one's also very pretty with the natural sunlight. And it stays in place for quite a long time. And this is actually the smallest surface area with this shape. So depending on the shape of geometry of the frames, you can make all sorts of geometric bubbles. And the possibilities are infinite. And I'm always fascinated by how nature manages to create the most accurate and beautiful shapes instantly without any calculation. So this one, the last one, is called the Aquasonic Remix. This is an audio installation that actually converts sound waves to water waves. Let's think about what is sound. What is sound? Sound is vibration of air. The voice that I'm speaking right now is actually creating vibration of air right now, and it eventually reaches the eardrums, and that sends a signal to the brain that there's sound. But we can't see air or its vibration, but we can see water. So when we apply sound to water, it creates beautiful waves. Can you see the waves? And then the water sometimes jumps up, and the waves change shape as the sound and the frequency changes. With the higher pitch sound, you can see really small waves that look like a star. And then when it becomes lower, you get really big waves with little drops of water jumping up and down. So now you see the world in a whole new way. You now know that air is vibrating as we speak. Gravity is pulling us down. Water molecules are pulling each other. Atmospheric pressure pushing us 360 degrees. All these beautiful things happening all around us. To make a breakthrough in art or science, or even in our daily lives or at work, we need to break free and open our minds to a brand new world. Look around. Inspiration is all around you. Don't be afraid to combine things that feel like they're on the complete opposite sides of the spectrum, because that's when you find something new and beautiful, like art and science. Thank you.